Hi everyone. We had a question in regards to medkits, right? So the medkit that you see right here, the components, this is for a vehicle medkit, right? Like a stomp bag. Um, we kind of looked at the components here. We did see that it was like a mixture of different things, right? Like we got some rubbing alcohol, we got some peroxide. This was a gentleman who submitted this, so I'm assuming the feminine products are for, like puncture wounds, for sealing wounds like that, which they are good for that. And we see like a heat blanket, we got some bleed stop, we got a tourniquet up here, finger splints, some over-the-counter medicines, a few different items, right? Some gauze pads, band-aids. um, Whenever we're building kits, especially med kits, we want to make sure these kits have a very specific purpose, right? So you'll have some med kits that are specifically bleed stop kits. You'll have other med kits that are for heavy trauma kits, like IFAKs, blowout kits, stuff like that. You'll have other kits that are like boo-boo kits, which include like basic over-the-counter medicines and also some band-aids right up here. And of course we have gauze pads, stuff like that. So if we're going to make a kit that is an all-purpose gen med kit, if you want a kit that does everything, the first thing you're going to need is a very large bag, which it's doable, right? It's very doable. Just make sure you have a kit that can hold all this stuff, right? Because it's going to be a lot more than what we see here. I don't see any kind of saline, any kind of wound wash. I see some, we have some disinfectants, but there's no wound washes, nothing like that. But make sure that you have a very large kit if this is what you're going to do. Also, hold on to the adage: 1 is none, 2 is 1, 3 is 2, 4 is 3, etc., etc. We want redundancy, right? So, like this tourniquet here, if you're going to have this for a vehicle, I would say at least have 2 tourniquets. At least 2. I would say more likely 3 or 4, honestly. Trauma shears, have at least 2 pairs of those. All that stuff, just kind of running through that. But make sure that whenever you're building your med kit, you keep in mind what specific purpose you want that med kit to fulfill, right? What you're trying to prevent. I would say definitely focus on bleed stop, because bleeding is the #1 cause of preventable deaths in the US. So, if we can control bleeding, we can save lives at a very large margin, right? So keep that in mind. Bleed stop, regardless of what kind of med kit you should have something to stop bleeding, at least one thing. But if you're doing like an all-around general kit for everything, definitely have quite a bit of bleed stop in there, especially for a vehicle. I will say that I don't really see too much up for an IFAK, right? I mean, you do have the trauma shears, you got the tourniquet up here, a few things like that, some gauze pads, but you want to have something like this here, which decompression needle. You got nasal pharyngeal airway with Surgilube. You got a chest seal, etc., etc. Would also recommend having a kit you can put on your person, like this here. This wraps around your leg. You can have one of these that goes in your belt, whatever. Just make sure you have something on your person at all times, some kind of med kit. But that's the first thing you want to do. Because this is an all-around general kit, what I would say to do is take everything you would put into a bleed stop kit, include it here. Take everything you put into an IFAK, include it here. Take everything you put into a boo-boo kit, put it here. If you want to relieve just general body pain, which just like over-the-counter medications, look into those. Allergy meds, prescription meds for sure, all that different stuff. But that's what you really want to do. It's not necessarily about, hey everyone, what should I put in, what should I take out? Just look at exactly what you want that kit to do, because I think in the video or in the picture you submitted, the actual post itself, it didn't actually say what the purpose of the kit was, which is perfectly fine. If you want a kit that does pretty much everything, just go ahead and make sure that you specify that. But if that is the case, like we said, make sure that you have an entire list of what's included. Now, I will say a good reference point, if you go to our website, we do have a vehicle safety kit, which includes quite a bit of medical. It is not cheap. The components are not cheap. But you can kind of look on that list and kind of, bounce off what you currently have, what you would need, etc., etc. Now, that is a gen med kit. It has literally everything that you would need for whatever situation. But thank you for the post. Thank you for the submission. If there's anything else that you want to ask us, we're going to post this video in direct reply to your comment, your post. But we're also going to post it on our social media. So if you see it along with this photo, wherever you're seeing it, feel free to comment below if you have more questions. That goes for anyone else who's seeing this, right? So if you have any questions whatsoever about medical, feel free to ask us. We're more than happy to assist. And like I said, if you're doing a gen med kit, especially a vehicle safety kit or something for a certain area that's going to serve multiple people, would highly recommend checking out our website, sanctifiedsurvival.com. Go to our store, check out our med kits, go to the vehicle safety kit, and that has everything you would need, certainly as a starting point. Again, thank you. Everyone, thank you for the support. God bless. Stay safe. Learn how to know your tools. God bless. Stay sanctified.